Hello friends, I'm Swapna Shetty. In this video, we are going to discuss about JDBC architecture and different types of drivers and how do we connect to a database. So before knowing about JDBC, we need to know that Java is mostly used in business applications. So what is a business application? Any computer application is known as a business application if it is computerizing or automating the manual business process. For example, banking application, insurance application, stock exchange, hospital management, hotel management, all these are business applications. So this is the basic architecture of a business application, wherein we have got UI layer, that is the presentation layer, and the business layer, that is the application layer, and the data access layer, that is data layer. So Java is used in business applications. So business data is stored in all business applications permanently in database. So this is called data permanency or persistent data. For example, a banking application requires previous data whenever we access that application for future transactions. So using Java, data cannot be stored permanently as data in variables is volatile. Java can store permanently on the hard disk as files using IO streams. But this is not a wide procedure because files lack security, which is very much needed in a business process. So a database is excellent in storing the data and providing security to it, but a database is weak in processing and presenting the data. So when I say presenting the data, it implies that representing the data in an user understandable manner to the end user. So this can be achieved using Java-like technologies. For example, in the UI layer, that is a presentation layer, in a banking application, if a user enters the account number and other details, the front end cannot directly contact the database to get the data. It is the duty of a Java program to take these inputs, contact the database, and fetch the required data. So it also presents the data in meaningful manner and gives the output to the UI layer, that is the front end. So we can conclude that databases are excellent in data storage but weaker in processing and presenting the data to the end user. Java is excellent in processing and presenting the data to the end user but weaker in data storage. And moreover, DBMS cannot understand a Java program and a Java program cannot understand DBMS. DBMS understands only SQL and Java understands only its method calls. So Java and database doesn't have any commonness among them. So to make this communication possible, we have to go for JDBC. So what is JDBC? It's a service technology that enables any kind of a Java program to communicate with any kind of database. That is, it is an API. JDBC is an API, application programming interface. And moreover, it's a specification. Specification is nothing but it's a set of rules. This is the JDBC architecture. First, we have client Java application which uses JDBC API. Then we have driver manager, driver, and database server. So without JDBC, no Java program can communicate with database. JDBC is not a software nor a language, it is just a technology. So in a Java program, method call is done and an SQL statement is passed as a string argument. This method call is not directly passed to the database. It is passed to the driver. So here driver is a tool which handles this method call and hands over the SQL statement to the database. So the data returned by the database is again taken by the driver and is handed over to the Java program. So this is the general process in a JDBC architecture. So when I say client Java application, it could be a person, that is an end user, a computer, that is a client machine. So any computer application that makes requests to other application for the sake of some resources is nothing but a client. So if I say the responsibilities of a Java application should be like establish a connection with the database server and submit the appropriate SQL statement. When I say appropriate, it could be either insert, select, update, or delete as per the business requirement. Submit the appropriate SQL statement, then process and present the results. If there are any exceptions, handle those exceptions, and finally close the connection with the database. These are the responsibilities of a client Java application. So all these responsibilities are performed by methods in Java. So these are nothing but special library methods which are already developed, and the set of all these library methods is nothing but it's a JDBC API. And driver is nothing but it's a translation software. That is, it is said to be a JDBC driver if it is written in Java as per JDBC specifications. That is, driver implements JDBC API. That means the duties of drivers is nothing but establishing database connection for the client Java application. Then the Java program makes a method call whose body is in driver. So indirectly driver makes the connection possible. Then receiving the JDBC method calls and then translating the method calls into DBMS understandable calls, and receiving the results from the database and translating the results into Java format and pass them to the client. So these are the responsibilities of a of a driver. And coming to the driver manager is like Java application. It makes a request to the driver for the database connectivity. So the driver manager initiates the connection process on the driver. Driver creates the connection and gives to the driver manager. That is, driver manager is a connection provider to the Java application but not the connection creator. So once Java program gets connected to the database server, driver manager role ends. So this is the JDBC architecture. So all this set of library methods are located in a java.sql package. And next we have different Java database connectivity approaches like pure JDBC approach and the JDBC ODBC approach. When I say ODBC is nothing but it's an open database connectivity, and this technology is given by Microsoft. Only Java programs use JDBC to communicate with the database. Any other program has to use ODBC to communicate with the database. Because prior to Java, we have languages like C, VB, all these used ODBC to connect with the database server. So Java program doesn't use ODBC directly because ODBC is not object oriented and it is written in procedure oriented languages like C. If ODBC is used, the features of Java like security, portability has to be compromised. So in the JDBC ODBC approach, the JDBC application uses JDBC ODBC bridge driver developed by Sun Microsystems for the database connection. And the Sun driver receives these JDBC method calls and translates them into ODBC function calls. So one more driver is required in order to convert these function calls into SQL statements. So here the performance is lost. So that is the reason industry doesn't use this approach, that is JDBC ODBC approach. So to translate these ODBC function calls, another driver, that is ODBC driver, is required for the client. So that is the reason performance is lost using JDBC ODBC. So industry always uses pure JDBC approach. So next we have types of drivers, like we have 4 types of drivers. Type 1 is JDBC ODBC bridge driver. Type 2 is native API partly Java driver. Type 3 is all Java net protocol driver middleware. Type 4 is all Java native protocol driver, that is pure. So in the type 1 driver, this translates all the JDBC calls into ODBC calls and then sends them to the ODBC driver. So the advantage of using such driver is it can allow access to any database because the database's ODBC drivers are already available with the client. But the disadvantage is bridge driver is not written in Java. So these are not portable and cannot be used on internet. And it requires the process is long. For example, first the JDBC call goes through the bridge to the ODBC driver and then to the database, and again in the reverse. That is, it comes from the database back to the ODBC. So this is the slowest when compared to all the driver types. The client system requires the ODBC installation in order to use such driver. So it is not good for the web. So native driver, first it converts the JDBC calls into the database specific calls. So for that we require a native API to be installed on the client machine. For example, if we use Oracle, Oracle native API should be present in the client machine. It offers better performance than first driver, but since we require native API in the client system, it cannot be used on the internet, and it is not written in Java language, so there is a portability issue. If we change the database, we need to change the native API also because it is specific to the database. So this is the disadvantage. In type 3, the database requests are passed through the network to the middle tier server. So in this is purely based on the server. So there is no need of any native API or driver to be present onto the client machine. It is written in Java, so it is portable and can be used on the web. But the disadvantage is the maintenance of such servers is costlier. And pure driver, that is all Java native protocol driver. So it completely uses Java networking libraries to communicate directly with the database. So it is better to be used on web because it is written in Java, so it is platform independent. And the number of translation layers is very less because type 4 JDBC driver doesn't have to translate database request to ODBC or a native connectivity interface or to pass a request onto the server. Such steps are not there in this pure Java driver. So performance is quite good when compared to all the drivers. And moreover, we need not install any special software on the client or the server. The only disadvantage is the user needs a different driver for each database. If you are using Oracle, we need to specify Oracle driver. If you are using MySQL, we need to specify MySQL driver. So that's the only uh, disadvantage of using pure driver. So let's see how do we connect to a database using pure JDBC approach. So first thing is we need to load a driver. Loading a driver means driver is nothing but it's a class. See, JDBC application needs this JDBC driver. Driver is a special software to communicate with the database. So bringing driver file from secondary memory into primary memory is nothing but loading the driver. So driver implies a Java program. So hence it is made of a class. So it is stored as a class file on the hard disk. So loading is nothing but bringing that class file into RAM. So for that we have a method called forName in a class called class. So class.forName and the driver gives us the loads a driver. And next, creating a connection string. Connection string is nothing but a database URL. For example, if I'm using MySQL database, this is the connection string. That is JDBC, MySQL, localhost, and we need to mention the port number and then the database name, whatever we are using. And then we have to request for a connection. For that, we have a get connection method in driver manager interface, wherein it accepts 3 arguments. One is database URL, username, and the password. And finally, we need to close the connection. So let's see a program of how to connect to a DB. So for that, I'm creating a new project called JDBC samples. In this, we need to create a new class, com.educators is the package name, create connection is a class name with a main method. first thing is we need to load a driver. For that, class dot for name, and here we need to mention the driver name. So I'm using MySQL here, so the driver name is com dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver. So we need to handle an exception called class not found, so I am simply throwing out of a method. Next is we need to get the connection. For that, we have driver manager dot get connection. Get connection of 3 parameters I'm using. So first is the database URL, and next is the password username, and next is the password. So database URL name of MySQL is jdbc colon mysql colon / localhost, mention the port number, that is 3306, and then the database name. So I'm using employee DB here. My database name is employee DB, so I'm just mentioning that. And the username is root and password is root. So it is throwing SQL exception, so handle it. And this returns a connection object, so I'm just storing in a connection object, connection con. So connection we need to import from java.sql package. So let's see, let's print that connection has been established. Connection established, and finally close the connection, that is con.close. So first is we have loaded a driver using class.forName, then we have requested for a connection using driver manager.getConnection, wherein we passed database URL name and the username and the password, and finally close the connection. So let's run this application, run as Java application. So you can see that this driver has not been found. So we need to install, like we need to build that driver. For example, how to use that driver is we need to say build path, configure build path, add jar. We need to add a jar file of JDBC, add external jars, wherein I have MySQL connector Java 5.1.4 jar file. This is an executable jar file. If I have to use JDBC, I need this jar file. So I have just added this jar file. So you can see under referenced libraries, you can see the jar file. Now run this application, run as Java application. You can see the connection got established. So that's all with the session. Thank you.